Hi, I'm Ravi. Today I'm working on KIA Rio 2002 wagon model car. So this car has several complaints from the customer. First one is poor running condition or low power condition and rough idling condition. So I need to diagnose this car. In order to diagnose this car, I have to hook up my scan tool and get the health report first, and I need to see what is going on with the engine control module, and I need to see the data. However, this is not a standard OBD2 version. This is early model, that means it has come with the OBD1. So you know that the Kia has a 20-pin DLC for the OBD1 cars. Especially it is located in the engine compartment right here. You can see this is the 20-pin DLC connector for the OBD1 which came with the Kia cars. Okay, here's my scan tool DLC connector from the launch X431 Pro scan tool, and already you can see I have set up a breakout box here. Sometimes you may think what is going on with the breakout box here, especially with this kind of OBD1 port. So I'm going to explain what is going on here. So stay tuned with us. This is my Kia 20-pin OBD1 to OBD2 converter cable. So I hook up that cable, and already you can see my breakout box powered up because I have already turned on the ignition position. So you can see my DLC connector also powered up. So let's see what is going on here. In order to diagnose these kind of OBD1 cars, we should have OBD1 to OBD2 converter cables for each models, and we should have a perfect scan tool that support for the OBD1. So this is my launch X431 Pro, perfectly support for the all OBD1 models. So I select the Kia from that software list, and I'm going to select OBD1 port then. Okay, here where we need to select the 20-pin DLC, because you saw already Kia has 20-pin OBD1 DLC port. So I tap on 20-pin DLC. Then I go to the manual select and I select general area. Now I need to scroll down here, find the Rio. So this is the Rio BC version. So I select Rio BC. And then I select the year. This is 2002. So this is, you can see, 16 valve DOHC engine. So I should select that 1.5 DOHC here. Okay, I need to see the engine control module data. So I tap on the engine control module here. And then at this point, I need to select the engine unleaded RHD map, because this is right hand drive map sensor attached one, not the MAF. So I select the second option, RHD map. Okay, we have to wait for a while until this scan tool establish the communication with the engine control module. You know that these OBD1 cars have pretty slow communication bus. So we have to wait. Okay, we are pretty close to the 100%. Let's see what is going on. Oh no, look at this. Fault in communication with vehicle ECU. So that means it has no communication with the engine control module. But definitely we should have communication, otherwise we are lost. We can't diagnose this car without the data. So I have to make enable communication with the engine control module and the scan tool. So what we can do, however, let's go back and let's try the transmission control module here, because I know ECM and TCM, that both control modules use same bus, same communication bus for diagnose with the scan tool. So I select here automatic transaxle right hand drive. Let's see if it is communicate with the transaxle module. So that is something we can get some clues and diagnose the communication problem with the engine control module. However, we have to wait, same as the engine control module. It will take for a while until establish the communication with scan tool. So you know that definitely we should have data in order to find the causes, what is going on with right now with the customer complaints on this engine. Uh, we came here to diagnose the engine issues, but now we have to find what is the problem and what is going on with the data bus that use communicate with the scan tool. So however, I have to find and I have to make enable that data bus line that communicate with the scan tool and the engine control module. So let's see if it is communicate with the TCM transmission control module. We could get any clue, otherwise I don't know. I know these older cars, especially ECM and TCM, use same data bus for communicate with the scan tool. Yeah, look at this. This is very unfortunate condition. We got the same fault that we have no communication with the transaction module. So this is very unfortunate condition. That means we have no communication with the ECM and TCM. So we are lost. Okay, now we know ECM and TCM have no communication, but I would like to try the ABS control module because this car has ABS, and I know this type of older cars use separate data bus for communicate with the ABS and the scan tool. Here in my breakout box, I saw that the number 11 port is blinking here. That means it seems some activities going on. So sometimes that may be the data bus for the ABS control module and the scan tool. But however, I have to test. Yeah, I will try on the 11 port, and here is my DVM, and I select here first ABS right hand drive, and let's see what is going on with the DVM. But we can't see some. But I will try this number 9 port. It was blinking. Yeah, look at this. It has near battery volt. That means it has a data bus line. And look at this. It has some activities too. So definitely there is a data bus. But I can't say that is exactly going on to the ABS. But we have to wait and see what we'll find the scan tool. Anyway, this DVM is not the right tool to see the bus activities. That is showing us little bit fluctuation of the voltage. The perfect tool is the oscilloscope. So if we can use the oscilloscope, we can see the bus activities. But in this diagnosis, I will use the oscilloscope, but we don't need the oscilloscope for this diagnosis, because if scan tool establish the communication, we know that data bus is working. But for other buses like CAN bus or LIN bus, better we use the oscilloscope for see the data activities. So I will show you with the oscilloscope too. But however, I'm looking for that. Yeah, it got the communication error fault, so maybe it has no communication. Anyway, I turned off the ignition key and turn on it back. So I tried to ABS module once again here, because I'm pretty sure this ABS module should have a separate data bus. Uh, it seems to be stuck, so I don't know. Okay, let's go backward. Yeah, when I tap the backward, look at this. It established the communication. Now we are in the ABS control module. We can read DTC. Yeah, I tap on the read DTC. Look at this. There are two fault codes, 31 and 41, wheel speed sensor and power supply voltage code. So we are in the ABS control module. That means we got the communication with ABS control module. That confirm ABS and ECM TCM has separate two buses for communicate with the scan tool. So now we have a direction. So we need to diagnose the data bus that goes to the TCM and ECM. This is number 9 for the ABS. You can see that it has a near battery voltage. So that is normal and perfect data bus voltage, specially used for the older data bus. Uh, I select here some data bits and I need to see that it is communicating. If it is communicating, I should be able to see the data fluctuation or this DVM values fluctuation. But here we are not seeing bigger fluctuation. However, got back, and I go back and I try to get back into the ABS control module. Then I could see some data activities on the DVM here. But still it is around 10.5 volt. When we have data, yeah, look at this, it has data activities. As I told you, DVM is not the perfect tool to see the activities, bus activities. So I'm going to hook up my oscilloscope and show you the activities. It will more helpful, and we can visualize the data bus activities and the especially those data packets using the oscilloscope. So let me connect the oscilloscope. Okay, this is my HS502 two-channel oscilloscope. Already I have hooked up that oscilloscope into the system. Now I am going to get the ground connection for the oscilloscope testing. Definitely we should have a good ground connection. In the DLC port or in the breakout box, number 4 pin is the chassis ground, so I can get the ground connection from there. So this is number 7 where I am going to trace the data bus that used for ECM TCM communication with the scan tool. So I believe number 7 port is the K line bus, as generally we used in all the time in the data link connector. Here in the oscilloscope, I am trying to see some data activities while I am trying to communicate with the ECM and TCM. So let me go back and select the ECM here, and I go to the second option, RHD map, and I'm looking for activities. I have already hooked up the positive probe into the number 7 pin in the breakout box. Anyway, definitely we don't need a oscilloscope to trace K-line bus, because if the K-line bus establish the communication, we can see it in the scan data. We will be able to access that control module via scan tool. Here you can see some activities on the oscilloscope, but still it is stay near 0. That means it seems to be shorted into the ground somewhere else, maybe shorted into the chassis ground, or maybe shorted to the ground somewhere else in the control module, maybe in the TCM or maybe in the ECM. Who knows? We have to find out that. However, what I was talking, that we don't need a oscilloscope for testing the scale line bus. Just enough DVM and the scan tool. But if we are going to diagnose CAN bus or LIN bus, definitely we should have a oscilloscope to see bus activities. We can visualize and we can get the physical layer of that communication bus and determine there is something going on or not. Okay, we don't have bus activities on the oscilloscope. Definitely it is shorted into the ground somewhere else. I don't know where it is. But with my previous experience, I would like to see, and I would like to disconnect the control modules one by one. First of all, I will disconnect the transmission control module here, because I believe with my previous experience, it might be shorted into the ground in a control module. I don't know which control module, but first here is the transmission control module. I will disconnect the transmission control module from its wire harness. And here is the engine control module, but I'm going to disconnect the transmission control here at this point. So let's disconnect the transmission control module and we'll see the scan data and the oscilloscope trace. Look at this, it has the right voltage. Now you can see that it is near battery voltage. So normally K line bus should have near battery voltage. So this is healthy bus voltage. Definitely this bus line has been shorted into the ground by the TCM. After I removed the TCM, bus line got back to the online. So perfect, now we are online. What we should do is go to the scan tool and let's go backward and try the engine control module once again. So I tap on the engine control module. Let's see what will happen in the data bus. We will be able to see some data activities if the scanner communicate with the ECM. So it is communicating, and we will see the trace here. Look at this. It jumps to the 12 volt and now showing us some activities with the square waves. Definitely it is communicating. These square waves are data packets that's throwing between scan tool and the engine control module. So definitely we have the communication right now. So let's go to the scan tool. Look at this. We are in the engine control module. We can read fault codes here. So we got the communication with the engine control module. Look at that. There are several fault codes. We need to observe them closely. Here you can see the bus activities on the oscilloscope. So now you can understand this oscilloscope is the perfect tool for see the bus activities other than the DVM. So here several fault codes for the intake air temperature and vehicle speed sensor and manifold absolute pressure sensor. And we got idle speed controller fault codes, but I have already disconnect the idle controller because it is always turning on. I disconnect them in order to prevent the battery drain. So however, I have to chase these fault codes for find the customer complaints and diagnose this car. Anyway, let's go to the oscilloscope and we'll see what is going on with the data bus. Here in this yellow trace, you can see some activities going on. So I would like to stop the recording and zoom in the waveform to show you that one of data packet, how it look like a data packet in a oscilloscope. So I zoom in this trace here. I would like to show you this area. Look at this, how look like a data packet. This one is a data packet. So it bring the data into the scan tool, and sometimes it can carry the data from scan tool to the TCM. So that is how they are communicating and throwing the data packets. Anyway, I hope that you realized how important oscilloscope in the bus diagnosis, because we can visualize, we can see the physical layer, and we can see the activities of a bus line during the diagnosis. DVM is not a tool for bus diagnosis. However, I reiterate, we don't need, or it is not an essential tool for the K-line bus diagnosis. That is enough. We have a DVM and scan tool, because if the communication established, we will be able to communicate with the selected module, and we can see that we are getting the communication. But for the other bus diagnosis like CAN bus, like LIN bus, so definitely we should have a oscilloscope like this, and we will be able to see the physical layers of those data buses. So confirm we got the communication with the engine control module and the scan tool. So now I can read the fault codes and get the data and analyze them in order to find what is going on with this engine according to the customer complaint. But we have lost the transmission control module here because it is not communicating. I don't know anything wrong with the transmission control module bring these drivability concerns. However, first of all, I'm going to diagnose the engine with those fault codes and chase those fault codes, and let's see what will happen. At the moment, I don't care about the transmission control module. If we need to communicate with that transmission control module, we have to replace a new transmission control module or used one, or maybe someone can repair it with the electronically that enable the communication. I don't know. So however, at this time, I just wanted to show you this bus diagnosis and establish the communication with scan tool and the engine control module. So I'm done here. Thank you for watching. Stay subscribed with us for more diagnostic videos.